in fact, Nissan did not even have the technology. Is that correct for the batteries?
Well, they were using technology. Basically, they had to build an electric car in the 90s because there was a rule when they were building cars in California. The California Air Resource Board made a certain percentage of all cars be electric. And remember the GM car that the EV won? Well, those cars were financially a failure. And what Nissan did was they took their battery technology from the 90s and they put it in the Nissan Leaf that they have today. So basically there was no engineering involved. It was the old engineering that they had used in the 90s. And so the people that had worked with that battery back then knew that it was the same battery. And then we communicated with people in Farmington Hills, where Nissan has their technical expertise today. And they confirmed that the battery technology is almost identical except for one simple little change, and that's a structure, a physical part to make it smaller. But it's the exact same battery that they used in the 90s that was deemed a failure by the chairman, Carlos Ghosn. So it seemed odd that he were to take all that money knowing that the car was to be a failure. And what was really frustrating is that Nissan at the time, I had worked with top Nissan executives, was having a cash flow problem. It was right before GM declared bankruptcy. This was in the winter of 2009, and we had the economic crisis. And I had a VP tell me that there was a major cash flow problem. And they didn't even know if the company could survive. And what happened is that $1.4 billion that they took for the Leaf basically was the Nissan bailout. And I was told that Nissan cannot afford to pay that loan back. People have asked for FOIA requests, freedom of information. They have not gotten the information about the Nissan loan. But the one information I did get was that the Paul Weiss law firm from New York City was hired by the Department of Energy, Stephen Chu's office at the Department of Energy, and they were hired to scrutinize the contract. An Obama bundler was hired to review the contract of Nissan, a foreign company that got over $1 billion. And it gets worse because I found out that the collateral that Nissan used to get the loan for the electric car that was going to fail with the outdated technology, I found out that the collateral was not even owned by Nissan. It was a taxpayer-backed IDB bond. So the whole thing is...
Yeah, that's interesting that somebody who's actually, Obama bundler was in the midst of this and involved with this. And what this is coming across to me, Sharyn, is really the next Solyndra. Obama bundler. Interesting that somebody who's actually, Obama bundler was in the midst of this and involved with this. And what this is coming across to me, Sharyn, is really the next Solyndra.